It began as a typical late-night guest appearance meant to promote Tom Cruise's latest blockbuster. The energy was high, the studio audience was excited, and Jimmy Kimmel was ready with his usual blend of humor and charm. But as Cruise walked on stage, something about his demeanor was different. He wasn't smiling as wide, and his answers to early questions were sharp, even defensive. Kimmel tried to keep things light, joking about Cruise's daring stunts, but the conversation quickly shifted into tense territory. Cruise brought up a sensitive topic, Hollywood politics, and that's when the sparks started to fly. The tension began with a passing remark from Kimmel about Cruise's involvement in controversial studio negotiations. What was meant to be a throwaway line hit a nerve. Cruise sat up straighter, narrowed his eyes, and said, "I don't appreciate the way you're framing that, Jimmy." The audience laughed awkwardly, unsure if it was part of the act. Kimmel chuckled too, trying to diffuse the moment, but Cruise doubled down. "You think this is funny? People's livelihoods were on the line." Kimmel paused, visibly caught off guard. For a moment, the laughter stopped and the air thickened. Trying to regain control, Kimmel asked Cruise about his film's box office performance, steering the conversation back to safer ground. But Cruise wasn't ready to let it go. "You sit behind a desk and make jokes," he said. "I risk my life doing stunts, pushing the limits, while you push buttons for applause." The audience gasped. Kimmel's smile faltered. "Hey, Tom, it's a comedy show," he replied. "Let's not take ourselves too seriously." But the damage was done. What should have been a light-hearted segment had become a war of egos live on national television. Behind the scenes, producers scrambled. They signaled Kimmel to wrap the segment early, sensing Cruise wasn't going to cool down. Kimmel tried one last time to reset the vibe by showing a movie clip. Cruise refused to comment on it. "That scene took 3 days to shoot hanging. Off a cliff in 110-degree heat," he snapped. "I'm not here for your highlight reel." The awkward silence that followed was deafening. Camera operators hesitated. Stagehands looked at each other in disbelief. Then, just as abruptly as it began, Cruise stood up mid-segment. Without waiting for permission, Cruise pulled off his mic and said into the camera, "To the fans, I came to talk about the work, not be disrespected." He turned to walk off stage. As Kimmel looked stunned, clearly unsure whether to follow, speak, or cut to break, the producers made the call. The screen abruptly cut to commercial, leaving viewers confused and social media in an uproar. Within minutes, hashtags like Jack Cruise Walkout and Kimmel Clash trended worldwide. Clips of the confrontation were uploaded and dissected frame by frame by users on every platform. After the segment aired, both camps released short statements. Cruise's team said he felt ambushed by unprofessional commentary and had no regrets walking out. Kimmel's reps responded by calling the situation unexpected and unfortunate, emphasizing that the show was intended to be light-hearted. In press circles, rumors swirled that Cruise had warned producers in advance not to bring up certain topics, but they did anyway. Some praised Cruise for defending his integrity, while others said he overreacted. The divide was sharp and very public. Both men's reputations were now tied to this viral moment. Entertainment media pounced on the drama. Morning shows, gossip columns, and YouTube breakdowns analyzed the exchange in obsessive detail. Experts debated whether Cruise's reaction was a calculated move or a genuine outburst. Meanwhile, fans weighed in with passionate defenses or harsh critiques. "He's earned the right to be respected," one fan wrote. "That wasn't professionalism," said another. The clash reopened long-standing conversations about celebrity treatment on talk shows, boundaries between hosts and guests, and the pressure stars face to constantly entertain, even when they don't feel like it. In the days that followed, Cruise remained silent. He cancelled a few upcoming interviews, but made a surprise appearance at a fan event in New York, where he briefly referenced the incident. "I stand by what I said," he told the crowd. Respect matters. The fans cheered, and Cruise left, without taking questions. Kimmel, meanwhile, made a few jokes about it in the following night's monologue, saying, "Well, Tom's next mission may be to forgive me." But even in jest, the tension lingered. The exchange had left a permanent mark on both their public personas. By week's end, other celebrities started weighing in. Some subtly took Cruise's side, hinting that talk shows often bait guests. Others defended Kimmel, saying he's known for satire, not slander. A few insiders claimed this moment could change how Hollywood handles press tours altogether. If even Tom Cruise can walk off, one studio exec said, everyone's going to think twice before sitting down for late night. A national conversation had started, not just about Cruise or Kimmel, but about how much authenticity and dignity stars are allowed to express without being mocked for it. Ultimately, the incident became more than a celebrity blow-up. It was a cultural flashpoint. Audiences questioned the balance between entertainment and exploitation. Cruise didn't return to the show, and Kimmel moved on to other guests, but that night stayed with viewers. It reminded everyone that even the biggest names have limits. It also revealed the shifting power dynamics in media, where a single, unscripted moment can eclipse an entire film campaign. Whether you sided with Cruise or Kimmel, one thing was certain: late-night TV would never be quite the same again.